So, before we get started, would you guys like to hear the intro one last time before we go into where you guys are going to be? I've already got a place picked out for you guys to. You're kind of winding down from your day. You but all have gotten off from work, um, and you'll be at a club called Club Blue Sky. But before we start that, would you guys like to hear the introduction to the Silver Corridor again?
Sure, let's rock.
All right,
Yeah.
Get us in the
get you
mood.
guys in the
Why
mood.
not?
Mm-hmm.
Above the clouds of Arco Prime, at the apex of the city skyline, lies the upper echelon known as the Silver Corridor. Only the high and mightiest reside in this sprawling district. Hotshot CEOs, prestige-class lawyers and doctors, and even big-time crime lords who rub elbows with the rich and powerful. Though, honestly, you could argue most of them are crime lords in one way or another. The Silver Corridor has its own subclass levels too. Trust me, everyone knows their place. And if you forget yours, someone will remind you real quick. Living this high up in the city's opulent neighborhoods takes more than just crypto. It takes connections, the right last name, and sometimes a little dirt under your nails. What it doesn't take is a squeaky clean image or reputation. These upper tiers are built directly onto the city's high-rise structures, with massive braces supporting walkways, pathways, concert halls, and parks with real trees that stretch hundreds of feet into the air. Railways and highways weave through the skyline, and at first glance, they almost look like they're floating. That's modern tech for you. My name is Diana Mastra de Campo, and I've lived in the Silver Corridor with my family my whole life. My mother's the 5th richest woman in the city. My father, an alcoholic that lost his grip on reality years ago, but he still cashes fat crypto checks from the royalties of his music career. He was the lead guitarist for a band called the Montrose. Charismatic guy. I get why my mother fell for him. She used to parade him around at upper-class parties, practically making him sing and dance for her high society friends. Those days are long gone. Now they barely speak. Anyway, enough about me. I'm taking you on a little adventure through my city, the bustling international hub known as Arco Prime. I know what you're thinking. I'm just some rich kid from Topside. But I know things. I've been all over this city. I'm a seasoned journalist now, which my parents absolutely hate, by the way. And my job takes me everywhere, chasing the next big story. So, you're about to hear it all. The good, the bad, and the downright despicable. Buckle up. We're starting.
All right, there you guys have it. All right, so we'll go ahead and fast forward to our next scene. The next scene is going to be you three gentlemen at a club called Club Blue Sky. You work for a company called Centacorp. Being that you guys already know that Centacorp is, you guys already come to the realization that, this is a scummy corporation that you guys work for. And obviously you guys, so I think, if I'm not mistaken, I believe Tycho's character, or, I'm sorry, what's your character's name again?
That's a good
Let
question.
me see. Let me bring it. I'm so sorry.
Bob the man or Gene Smith?
Yeah, Gene. Thank you. Gene,
Yeah.
if I remember correctly, Gene, or the character Gene in this game, already knew about how shady this corporation was, and came into the corporation ultimately to pretty much replace or to replace the system with something better. If I'm not mistaken, is that correct?
Spoilers, but yes.
Oh, I'm
Could I say that Could I say that my guy also had infiltrated since I'm a part of the infiltrators?
Yeah, we sure can. Yep. I was just wanting to get a general idea since we didn't really get to go over anything. But I do apologize for the
Mm.
spoilers. I shouldn't have said that.
No, not at
Oh,
all. I don't mind. It's
okay.
all good.
So we'll just go ahead and let the instead of saying like I said, I'm a new GM. You gotta excuse me. We'll just go ahead and go to the next scene, and we'll set you guys up, and I'll let you guys communicate amongst each other, and then you can interact with NPCs while you're there. Okay.
I've got a quick
Uh-huh.
question. You said that we're off work, right? I think my guy would probably take work home with him. So would it be okay if he had a briefcase and some kind of work tablet, or I don't know what the tech is when it comes to
Okay,
working?
so I should have mentioned that everybody like this is like pretty much the norm is active ocular piece that most people have. That's kind of like a kind of like a contact lens that overlays over your eye, and everybody has an overlay that where they can kind of have a form of receiving messages, texts, receive calls, and then everybody, most people also have some sort of a inner ear type of piece too for communication. That's pretty much the norm. So you would be able to receive incoming type text through your ocular, and it would scroll your screen, or you could bring up a mini screen of a person you might be talking to in that ocular lens as well. It's not written into the book yet, but I would like to add that because I thought that sounded kind of cool.
Yeah, so basically augmented reality.
Yes, exactly. Augmented reality, which I don't know much about. I know a little bit about it, but I guess I could have just called it that. Yes, exactly.
That's all good.
But yes, of course, you can have a tablet as well. Tablets would still exist, obviously. You can't do everything to your ocular lens. It's usually simply for communication with people. Actually, I forgot to mention who is. We got a. Do we have a hacker in the group? I think Gene is a hacker, right?
I think that might be me. Yes.
Okay. Did you spend 1,000 crypto to get the neuro hacking device?
I wanted to ask you about that because I needed to get the stealth armor and I needed to get a couple of other things. But yeah, if you're. But I thought I was using the. It's not magic.
Oh, sonometry,
What did you say?
data tap.
Thank you. Geometry.
Yep.
Yeah. So I wasn't sure if the two would work together.
All right, so here's the thing about that. The data tap works for the Nexus. So, for instance, if you are at a Nexus connection, you won't need any type of hacking device. You'd be able to do it using your sonometry. And it's like I said, it kind of acts like magic where you kind of materialize into the Nexus, which is kind of weird. It's hard to explain. It's almost a type of spirit transference into this world, and you can do that with data tap. But the only thing you can't interact with data tap is something called the legacy net, which the legacy net is like the old binary ones and zeros basic internet language, which was used even in our time. And most things that work off of the legacy net are going to be simple things like certain security measures, certain drones for lower level areas you might be trying to break into, or something like that. So the legacy net does come in handy, especially for like cameras and stuff like that too. Hacking into the legacy net, that's you would need the regular hacking ability for that, if that makes sense.
Okay. Well, maybe I can get the hacking thing later. Would I be able to access the legacy net with my tablet since it's old?
Yeah, well, you can access the legacy net. Yeah, of course you can. Yeah, but to do any type of hacking, you won't have any um, additional D10s to roll with it. Like if you're trying to actually infiltrate something in the legacy net, but simply surfing it, you're completely free to do that.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, definitely. Yep. So general information, yeah, things like that, no problem. Yep.
Okay, that sounds good.
All right. So we'll switch over to the next scene here, and this is Club Blue Sky. And you guys can turn down the music if you want, if it's too loud. All right, so you gentlemen are sitting around. You guys want to be in a booth, or are you guys going to be at a table?
Booth it up.
All right, you guys are.
I was going to say, my guy probably going to be at a booth.
All right, you guys are in a booth. All right, so you guys are laid back. You guys can see kind of. This is the best I could come up with. What it kind of looks like. You know, you got a bartender. You got a rotary bar with a couple bartenders there. They also serve food here as well. And you guys are no stranger to this place. The Blue Sky Club, or Club Blue Sky, is definitely a place where not the highest top brass corpos go, but you guys are somewhere in the middle and lower tier would usually be here. Some of the top brass will be somewhere like the Swantail, which is like, you know, the best of the best, silk drapes, silk line drapes, that kind of place. But this place is still nice. This is no slouch. So you guys are in your booth, and what would you guys like to do?
Well, first I say that the Club Blue Sky is nice, but my couple times in the Swantail have always been exceptional. Having my experience with the corporate high ups.
Do you guys want to communicate with one another at all, or?
Ezra will look around and just be like, sort of staring off into the streets and say, "Wow, this place is amazing. I've never been. I've been here a few times, but I still just can't get over it. The city's so big and everything's happening."
As you guys kind of look, you guys are kind of conversing a little bit. You notice an older lady. She's dressed nicely though. She's not dressed too nice, not like a business type attire, but like she has like a skirt. She's a little bit older. She's maybe in her 60s, and you guys know of her. She's actually the owner of this bar, owner of this club, and you know she goes by the name of Vox. She actually strolls over and she puts her hand on the table and she leans in and she says, "So, you boys having a good time?"
I am going to look up from my augmented reality, minimizing solitaire.
Nice.
I'm going to say, "Good evening, Madam Vox. What can we do for you?"
No, just making my rounds around the club, making sure all my customers are having a good time. This is just something I randomly do. Just double checking on you guys, making sure everything's okay and your service is good, she says.
I'm going to look at her and say, "Old-fashioned whiskey sours on the rocks," and hold up 3 fingers.
She says, "You got it."
This place is amazing, by the way. I love it. I'll sort of take off and put back on my camo baseball hat that I have on now.
She nods at you and says, "I'll get my best on it." So she snaps her fingers and points over there, and you can definitely tell that she anytime, because not just corporation or corpos come here, but anytime somebody from a high-ranking corporation comes here, she definitely likes to take care of them. You know, that's, you know, it's not a matter of being a corporate shield, but it's a matter of her business needs to generate money, if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
So she,
and primarily corporate, because knowing your clientele,
right, knowing your clientele, yeah, she's pretty much just, you know, making the best with what she has. So she snaps her fingers. A barmaid comes over and brings over your drinks, and then she strolls away. As you guys kick back and drink, if you guys aren't gonna, do you guys want to discuss anything further before we continue on amongst each other?
So Jean is going to pull out actual deck of playing cards and start dealing out blackjack. Looking at Camo Cap and his colleague, with just a deadpan expression.
I'm down for a game.
Oh, I kind of want to see where this goes.
Go ahead.
You guys want to roll dice to see
Hit
who
me.
wins? Why don't you,
Sure,
yeah,
why
why don't you
not?
guys go? Why don't you give me?
Yeah.
Give me a D20 roll, and we'll just say highest roll takes the first round of blackjack.
Well,
Ah, there you have it.
Rough.
So you guys are sitting around the table playing blackjack, and then as you guys are playing outside, like you can kind of hear this noise coming from outside, and it's kind of like sounds like a rather large group of individuals cheering, and you're not sure exactly where it's coming from, but you know it's coming from outside somewhere. And you know that the Club Blue Sky sits right under the Silver Corridor. So it's not quite in the Silver Corridor. It's like unofficially in the Silver Corridor, which is the crowning jewel of the city, the upper echelon, where you guys go to work, basically. So there is that bit of information for you there.
awesome. Ezra will just be sort of like staring out the window, enjoying the city skylines and all the hustle and bustle around, and
All right. So as you
just having a good time.
perfect. So are you walking towards that sound at all?
You said we heard some sort of hubbub.
Yeah, you hear. It's not like a sound of anybody in any type of combat or any situation. It sounds like literally like a crowd of cheering people.
Having lost so horribly in blackjack, I'm quick to have my attention diverted. So I think I get up first to go sort of meander towards the growing noise.
All right. So let me see. Ezra, correct? That's Ezra? Your name of your character?
Yeah.
All right, Ezra. You get up and you kind of mosey over to this window
Oh, that
right over. Oh.
Lazarus was on that.
That was
Oh, that was
Lazarus.
Oh, I'm
Gets
sorry.
up.
Sorry. Yep, Lazarus. I apologize.
All good. I should say my name more. I apologize.
Nope, I just forgot who was who. All right, Lazarus. So you see that back window right there? That's where you hear that sound coming from. Right.
Okay.
You stroll over to it and you kind of peer out over the onlook of the city, and then below you is like this alleyway, and then you kind of tilt your head and look down the alleyway. And you notice that it's a large group of people, and they actually have like a banister that's set up with somebody that's publicly speaking to them. And you can kind of go ahead and give me let's get a listen check, see what you can catch when you're. So that would be a cognition and awareness roll. So get the first roll of the game.
As somebody new to this, how would I do that?
Oh, so
I have cognition 10.
yep. So you're gonna take 1d20, and then do you have anything special that helps you with your listening capabilities? Any type of anything like that?
I just have most of my stuff has to do with once I have become a chameleon, so I don't think I have anything that affects it as I currently
right. So that means you're gonna get 1d10 and 1d20. You're gonna try to roll under your cognition, and you're gonna try to roll under your awareness, which is the d10. So that you got to roll under a 6 and roll under. Wrong character. Sorry. You got to roll under a 10 and or a 5. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I was just looking to rename my character. Fiddling with alchemy, not meaning to actually roll anything.
Okay, that is a natural. Is that on the 20? Yeah, obviously it has to be on the 20.
Yeah.
That is a critical failure. Oh. Okay, so let's see here. Yeah,
when you said that.
yeah. You don't hear anything. Like or it just sounds like mumble jumble to you, mumbo jumbo. It just actually just irritates you. It makes you want to know exactly what they're saying even more. like, like
Since I can't pick up what they're saying, can I call Madame Vox over and ask her if she knows anything about the rally in the alley?
of course, yeah. Go ahead and get her attention, and no need for a roll. I'll say you kind of wave your hand like, hey, Knox. It's not Vox. Sorry, her name is Knox. Sorry if I said that wrong.
Oh, Knox.
Yeah,
I apologize.
no, you're good. I may have said that wrong. So you flag over.
I'll have to apologize to her too.
Yep. So you flag over.
Madam Knox,
She comes.
would you come over here? I've tried to pick up on what they're saying, but I can't hear anything hardly. Do you know anything about what's going on in this alley?
Okay, so she walks over. She's got her hand on her hip, and she looks out. She says, "Oh yeah, those vanguards are at it again. Their rallies." And she says, "I understand their cause and what they're fighting for, but some of us are just trying to make a living. And of course, being under corporate rule, we all know it sucks. But what she says, what is a girl gonna do?" And she's like, other than that, I'm not sure exactly what they're discussing down there or what the fuss is. But yeah, that's a vanguard movement thing that's been growing in Arco Prime. And she says, I'm actually not looking forward to the day that perhaps some type of all-out war might happen. If you ask me, it's happened in the past. She says, I'm sure you've been around the block. She says, anything else?
No, thank you very much. But as always, you are much appreciated, Madam Knox.
She says, I appreciate you too. And she says, yeah, enjoy yourselves. We got food, we got drink. She says, live a little. She says, I know you guys work hard up there at Centacorp. She looks at your suit and sees your little Centacorp symbol. And she says, I know you guys work hard. And then she strolls off. Very, very gracefully, very graceful woman.
Well, I guess I head back to our booth.
All right.
Slightly downhearted at my inability to pick up on anything. And thanks for rubbing it in, but I couldn't pick up a single thing that they were saying out there. Madam Knox must have incredibly thick glass in this place.
Oh, really?
Maybe one of you guys should go over and try and figure out if you could pick up on anything they're saying.
I look at you and I say, I'm off duty right now.
I can see you.
You can always.
You saw your tablet, like, you look up like, no.
For once,
You can
Gene
always-
Hackman, how about you stop playing solitaire?
We can always head down and see what it's about. We can walk out.
I'll follow right behind you.
All right. I get up and pick up a jacket from the back of my seat. I think when I'm off duty, it transforms colors into the camo print, the same as my hat. Once as I pick it up, it turns camo, and I begin walking that way.
Sounds good.
I leave like a tip on the table and say, "Here, I got this for my drink."
All right, you guys pay your tabs, and you guys are heading out the door, I take it?
I'm going to stay there and finish my 3 drinks.
All right, sounds good. He's like, I'm taking advantage of this. I got 3 old fashions I got to take care of.
I mean, I ordered 3 old fashions. I don't know what the others were ordering, but I ordered 3.
Right.
So, but while they're doing that, I think I'm going to try my, what did you say it was called again? Sino something? I'll get the hang of it.
Sinometry?
Sinometry? Yes, that. So I will try the data tap to see if I can hack into any nearby systems while just looking cool as a cucumber, to use a cliche, and seeing what I can I can learn from that. But let the others go first, and my guy will just be sipping his drink slowly.
Okay, just so you know, with data tap, it only works when you're close enough to an actual Nexus node. Now, don't get me wrong, it's an incredibly strong ability. Once like you're the only one that's going to be able to do this. The only other person that would be able to do this is if they actually had the full neuro rig, which they have to pay for, or the brain neuro. Like you can literally do what people do with neural brain connections to the Nexus. You can do that same thing. You get increased dice when you're rolling while you're in the Nexus as well. The only thing is you have to have an access node to the Nexus, which they don't just sit out in the open. They're usually in like your home, for instance, will have a neural connection if you have a nice enough haven. High corporations and things like that, they'll have neural connections in their offices. That in that case, then you would be able to enter the Nexus using sonometry, if that makes any sense.
We're not in a Nexus cafe right now.
No.
We're hanging out in the wrong place.
Right. They do have Nexus cafes, by the way, that you can use. Yes.
Okay, well in that case, I'll just use my tablet and do some good old-fashioned searching.
All right. What are you looking up?
Vanguard protests and other hashtags for rebellious scum and traitors, and down with the Vanguard and down with the corporations, and
oh,
rallies.
Nice. Go ahead and give me a roll for that. Since you're digging a little deeper, let's see what role would that be. Let me bring up your character sheet here. We have Mr.
Would that be technical?
That would definitely be technical. Yep, that would be cognition technical. You're absolutely right.
Okay, so how would I go about doing this? Obviously, it's a D10.
Yep, you're going to get one D10 and one D20, and then you're just going to hit the center button and roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is a 9 and a 19.
Yeah.
I wish we were playing D&D. Those would be good rolls.
Yes, it would be. So, of course, unfortunately, it's a failure. But I will say you do get some information, though. You're not gonna get a ton of information, but you do get some general information about the Vanguard. But chances are you probably have already known most of it, anyways. They're a group of radicals, or some of the different cells are a group of radicals. Some dabble in more direct violence, and others are more geared towards espionage, and then a few other categories scattered throughout the different cells. But nothing major, though. Nothing about this event taking place now.
Okay, in that case, I'm just going to wave over Madam Knox.
Okay.
And again, I don't want to monopolize, so feel free to cut to the others.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and cut over to you guys. So you guys get your coats, I think you said, and you get ready to go. You pay your tabs. You walk down the staircasing and out the back door into the back alley. Now that you're out here, you can hear more of what's going on. I'm not going to make you roll now. As you walk closer to the group of people, they've got picket signs. Of course, you see a few people with picket signs against Centacorp, and against some of the mega corporations that reside in Arco Prime. Awesome conglomerates. There are picket signs for that. And then you see a gentleman up on the banister, and he's got like a brown trench coat, and then around the brown trench coat it has like a band wrapped around it. Let me see if I can find it here. 1 second. Vanguard cells. Okay, I can't send that over to you. I should have put that in the game. But anyways, this symbol. You guys would have seen this before. And you guys know that patch is from a particular cell called the Beacon Brigade. And they're also known as the Overseers. And they basically serve as the Vanguard's public voice, focusing on outreach and media and stirring up the crowd to kind of get the people on their side. And basically he's routing off jargon to it would be to let me see here. It would be to Bob. Anyways, I'll just leave it at that. But they're pretty much, he's just preaching up there about bringing down Centicorp and the different systems. I don't have a whole speech laid out, but you can kind of put it together that he's very anti-corporate. But you guys also know there's a difference. So there's another Vanguard cell called the Outrage. The was it Severance? No. Is it the Genesis Collective? No. Firebreak Division. I want to say it might be. Let's see. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. So you have the Beacon Brigade and you have the Outreach Coalition. The Beacon Brigade is more of, they preach the truth about the corporations, and they don't lie or mislead the public. But you guys know the Outreach Coalition's a little different. You guys know that their tactics are similar to the Beacon Brigade, but except for that they are lying about corporations and fueling the need to fight for something physically or violently. That's not beneath them, and so that's just one key difference between the two. But you guys do know that this is the Beacon Brigade, though, and one thing you guys know is at least they're straight up with the people. And what they're saying, you guys might be able to resonate with it as the truth, depending on your character.
So these guys aren't making up lies in order to get people all frustrated with corporations, you said?
Correct. Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But yeah.
They just tell the truth about how bad they are.
Pretty much, yes. They do a few other things too. You can read about them in the book. There's more information about them, but they just don't lie to the public. They just have a different way of going about, bringing the truth to light, as opposed to So they have more of a, we don't trade lives attitude. When the Outreach Coalition have more of a, they're more pragmatic, like, we're going to lose a few eggs here, so just go all out and, lie to them if you have to, So that's pretty much the difference. But sorry, I'm a little nervous.
It's all good.
It's
Take a
all
deep
good.
breath, you're fine.
But how would you guys like to continue?
I look along and nod along and say, "Yep, this is." And I'm sort of just amazed at that there's so many people here, and I'm just like, "Wow, this is a lot of people." I don't think I've seen. I still can't get used to how big the city is and how many people are in such a tight space.
Right. Okay. I guess we'll go ahead and cut back to Bob or Gene. All right, Gene, what would you like to do? What were you about to do before we switched over there?
Well, I signaled Madam Knox over,
Okay. She strolls over to you.
and I gesture with my hand for her to take a seat.
She agrees. She takes a seat.
And so I lean forwards, and I don't quite steeple my fingers, but I rest my chin on my interconnected fingers,
Okay.
and I say, "Miss Fox,
She says,
Foxy, Noxy."
"Yeah, that's my name. Don't wear it out," she says.
Yes, it is then. It is when we're alone. And I give her the not quite wink, not quite side eye, but a knowing look.
Okay. She kind of she says, what would you like? She says, I can tell you want something.
Well, of course I do, Miss Fox. After all, you're Madam Knox to everyone else here. But when it's just the two of us, you're Voxy Noxy. And since you are a very foxy Voxy Noxy who has her ear very close to the ground, I would like to exchange, shall we say, a drink and some pleasant conversation.
She says, is this she says, is crypto involved in this conversation?
Well, we could be very cryptic if you would like.
She says, you've piqued my interest. And she'll call over a barmaid, and they'll bring over two more drinks, and the barmaid already knows what she wants, and obviously she just took your order, so she knows what you want. And she says, indulge me.
And I wait for the bartender to leave, and I say, Miss Fox, you know who I'm working with.
I do. And she said,
I'm sure you do.
she says, what about it?
And you know who's also working against us?
You mean corporate wise, or are you speaking more cryptically?
I smile and I spread my hands and say, the correct answer is everyone.
She says, you got a point there. She says, out of game, are you referring to like against the people, like everybody's against you, or other corporations? I'm sorry, I think I may have lost.
I mean, she will find out as the conversation continues.
Oh, gotcha. So you're still okay. So she still is not meant to understand your full. Gotcha. Shit. Go ahead and continue. She says, "I'm still listening."
I say, let me put it to you in other terms. You are the proprietor of this fine cafe, are you not?
I am.
Do you have shareholders you have to answer to?
Not when it comes to my place. She says no.
Then you are one very, very fortunate lady.
I am.
Maybe I should start calling you a lucky lady.
Did I tell you?
But we're not playing.
I don't know if you know, but I won the rights to put the permits up to build this multi-million dollar brace to just install this place. I'll just say I'm not. She says, what does she say? Nah, she wouldn't tell you that. She just says, I had to pull a few strings to make it work, she says. But if you guys read the Arco Prime book, you'll be able to see the exact reason why how she actually got the brace put on, the multi-million dollar brace, so she could build her corporation on the side of this major highway. That's for another day. You can read that on your own time.
I don't know if my character would know that, but anyway, I'm just going to lift my drink and tip it to her as a salute, and then I'm going to continue.
Okay.
And I'm going to say, I am quite certain that you have competition in the form of other cafes, and perhaps those who would like to strong-arm you. Well, it's somewhat the same for me. I have my superiors, and I have my underlings, and not a single one of them is to be trusted. Not to mention our official competition and those lowlives running around making trouble for everybody, parading through the streets as though they own it. I have something of a proposition, if you will continue to indulge me.
I'm entertained, she says. I'm still listening.
As you can see, I'm young. I'm told I'm handsome, and I'm climbing the corporate ladder. But as you know, one can only get so far up the corporate ladder without friends. And just as I'm a patron to you here, I am also in need of patronage and the exchange of information would go a long way to securing a higher position. And with a higher position, well, we will have office parties. And where better to send them than to the very lucky lady who is Miss Foxy Foxy
Ooh, wow.
at the Blue Sky Cafe.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a roll on this, but since you role played that so fantastically with your wordplay, you're gonna get a bonus on this. You drop her guard is fallen. Normally it would be a +2 to the hazard level just to break through her ice, but you've role played that very well. So you're gonna get instead of having a +2 to hazard, you're gonna have a -2 to hazard. So that's gonna bring you back down to a regular base roll, which is great because it was gonna be tough to crack this cookie. So you're really good at influencing. So all you're gonna have to do is make a roll. Let me bring up your character sheet to see what you got to roll. And you are Bob or Gene. Let me put that in your character sheet. Also known as Gene. All right, so go ahead and give me an influence and social roll, which you are amazing at. Or you're much better at. And persuasion, you're going to get 2d10 because you have a tag in persuasion. So that's awesome. So you get twice the chance on your d10. So go ahead and roll.
I don't think we're going to need twice the chance because the first one was a 9 and the second was a 4.
Okay, let me take a look. Oh, you already made the roll? Let me take a look here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're 1d. Oh, you rolled under on one of your 10s. You rolled over. Okay, so where's your d20 at? There's your d20. Rolled an 18.
Oh, I just rolled 2 d10s. I haven't rolled a d20 yet. Would you like me to roll a d20?
Oh, I'm sorry. You'll get a d20 as well. Yep. Go ahead and roll a d20. Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so you did get 1d10 success, so that is considered a partial success. So you will get a little bit of give and a little bit of take here. So she looks at you and says, I could use the business. She says, so you mentioned an exchange in information. She says, what kind of information are you looking for exactly?
Well, I will be on assignment, and I was thinking perhaps we could talk over drinks when I have a case from the higher-ups. I would take some time after work and sit here and nurse my old-fashioned, and maybe if you've heard anything, we could exchange tidbits, build up a working relationship. I wouldn't expect you to say yes straight away. After all, we have to earn each other's trust. It takes time to build any relationship. And after all, I don't know if I can trust you yet. And you don't know if you can trust me. But I'd like to wager that maybe something could come from this, if you're willing.
Since you did succeed partially, she says, I'll think about it, but this could possibly be something that we can venture further into this territory. The only thing she says is, you and I both know that Centacorp, and she kind of leans in and speaks a little softly and says, they don't play nice.
I know. That's why you need all the friends you can get.
She says, would she know your name? Like, you've seen each other. I would you say that you may have introduced yourself to her at one point? Like, as she walks off, would it be out of the ordinary for her to say, all right, Jane, I'll see you later? Or,
I mean, absolutely, she'll know my work name. She won't know my real name, but she'll know my work name.
okay, she says, all right, Jane, I'll see you later. I'll think about it.
I smile and lift my glass to her and say, I'll be seeing you.
She lifts her glass back, and you can see the look on her face is a bit on the. She looks a bit worried, and she slams her drink back and sets it down, and kind of a flustered look, almost like she doesn't want to venture into this territory. You can kind of see that on her face. But in order to get any more than that, I would say you have to make a roll to determine more, or just simply ask if you wanted to find out more.
No, I think that's good for now. After all, any kind of relationship is a dance, and it takes time, and you don't want to go in like a firecracker.
Right. All right. And what would you like to do now, Jane?
Well, I think that will probably be enough time for the others to come back, if they're coming back. Otherwise, I'm going to finish my drink and join
All
them.
right. So we'll cut. Outdoor scene, and we're back with Ezra and Red. What are you guys up to? I'll say the rally is starting to disperse. This whole conversation that took place inside, you guys caught kind of the tail end of the rally, and people are starting to disperse, and you see a few of the Beacon Brigade members up there, and they're starting to break down equipment and speakers and things like that. And you guys can take the floor.
So, Laz, what you thinking?
I'm thinking if this party's breaking up, we should probably go have a slight talk with the head honchos.
Yeah, you want to talk to them? They seem to be spreading stuff about Corpo Dirt, right? We could if we come across any, we could potentially give it to them if they're from opposing corporations, right?
I like the way you're thinking.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar how all this big city works, but I know, like a jungle, all the corps are fighting. So, and information's always a valuable weapon. So let's go make some friends. I'll let you take the lead, though.
Okay. So as Lazarus goes up and having had corporate access and a little bit of knowledge about the corporate world. Or first, can I real quick, can I use my chameleon shift?
Yeah, you sure can. Definitely. Ooh, you can. But the only thing is, it doesn't shift your clothes if you're in corporate wear. Like if you're wearing your corporate gear and you've got your Centacorp, medal on, your little symbol of badge of corpo honor or dishonor.
Can I chameleon shift into somebody who would be familiar to them, and then like trade jackets with Ezra?
In order to shift into somebody that they would know, you would have to have physically touched them. You need to the implant
okay.
requires a DNA contact, and then you would be able to shift into them. Yep.
Okay.
But you can't shift into someone different though. If it's we can just make up somebody that you've shaken hands with in the past and add that into the game if you'd like.
Do I? Oh shoot. Okay.
Or you can be upfront and honest
sure
with who you are. It's up to you.
Okay. I think I hold off on the chameleon shift.
Okay.
Because I sense that a straight up approach would probably be better with the brigade.
Do you still take take Ezra's jacket, or ask Ezra for his jacket?
Maybe at least take the sigils off, right?
You can do that too.
Is there a way that I can like hide the patches?
Yeah, it's not really a patch. It's like sewn. It's not really like a patch on the shirt. It's more like an interwoven symbol. Almost like a.
Oh, like it's embroidered.
Yes,
on
embroidered. Thank you, embroidered. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for.
Okay.
Yeah. Is it on the shirt or on his jacket?
That's a good question. You know what? Let's see.
Because if it's on Lazarus's just his jacket, I take my jacket off and ask
We
Ezra
just put
to
it on.
hold on to it.
All right, so
Yeah, we.
you rolled really well on your luck die. So yeah, it's embroidered on top of your jacket. You can simply remove the jacket.
All right, so then I look at Ezra and I say, I think it might be better if these guys don't know right off the bat that I'm working for the corpos. So I take off my jacket and I hand it to him, and I say, hold this for me.
I'll fold it up and then like stuff it into my own jacket if I have. If it fits when it's like folded up pretty nicely into like a big pocket I have on the inside of my jacket, and close up my jacket, and then I'll follow after him.
All right, perfect. So you guys kind of wrap your jackets up and wrap them around your waist or whatever you do with them. Just make sure you get them out of sight, and then you guys stroll up to a few of the Beacon Brigade members. They've all got those long brown trench coats with the patch on the side, and let's see here. All right, so as you guys approach, they don't notice you guys at first. They're kind of busy, in the mix and talking. Put that over there. No, that goes over here. One guy's kind of bossing the other guys around, telling them where things go. How would you like to proceed?
So using, I think I walk up to them and I wait for a moment when it's not too hectic or somebody's not shouting an order, and I just politely say, "Excuse me, sirs, but I noticed your rally when I was upstairs in the Club Blue Sky, but for the life of me, I couldn't catch what you were sharing with the rest of us. Any news from the brigade?"
You see one gentleman. He steps out. He kind of brushes past the others, and he comes down and he plops down on the bandstand, and he crosses his arms together and he says, "Well, looks like you've missed a bit of a good time. We're here to bring the news about the corporations. Of course, you've heard it time and time again, but we need to instill it into these people. They need to really know the truth. Jackson Knowles, if you don't know who he is, look him up.
I use.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, can I use what when he says the name? Can I use my inner eye, augmented reality just to pull up, but whatever's common knowledge about Jackson Knowles?
Unfortunately, that's only done with like, for instance, how Bob has the tablet, and he has like. Yeah, it doesn't quite work like that. You would still need some form of interface. It's just mainly for communication and calls. You can see the person you're talking to, but unfortunately, there's another. I believe there's another utility item that will allow you to do that though. Where you can So unfortunately you can't do that. But he says Jackson Knowles. You need to look him up. He's a pioneer for us Vanguard, and I tell you what. The people need a wake-up call, and we're the ones that are going to give it to them. So I say this to you, my friend. Remember, when you look up at those gleaming lights in the silver corridor, just remember it's the backs of the Dustborn that make it run. So ultimately, the corporation, or ultimately, they need to fall. There needs to be a new system in place. And this is one thing you guys will know. The Beacon Brigade actually would be more on your side in the way you plan to do things. They're not the destroy and tear down type. They're not the trade lives and break a bunch of eggs to get your cause done. They actually would be more aligned with you. So remember that when you're kind of thinking about allies in the future.
Hmm.
Mhm.
I look to Red to see if he wants to step up and mention or ask anything.
Uh, yeah. So I agree completely. There needs to be some change in the leadership of these places,
He,
and I'd like to say that we still got to eat, right? So we do have day jobs, and during the process of our day job, we often come into contact with some of those kinds of people, and we've been looking for ways we might be able to pass on some information that should get out, if you know what I'm saying.
he looks at you and he says, I get it. He says, here at the Beacon Brigade, we're not monsters. You know, we're not stormbreakers. You know, which is another Vanguard cell that he talks about, who are more
Mhm.
or the Fire Brigade. They're more of a or no, I'm sorry, the Fire Break Division is more of a you know a headstrong spear. You know, they're just you know burn the system down type of
Mhm.
cell. And he says we're not like that. And he says, yeah, I understand. People have to work. People have to eat. Not everybody in a corporate building is going to be corporate brass. We understand people have to take out trash cans and mop floors. We understand that. So if I think I'm picking up what you're putting down, perhaps you could be beneficial in some way. You know, not only do we accept crypto for furthering our cause, but alliances can always be made in many ways. But trust has to be developed over time, of course. But I think I'm picking up what you're putting
Yeah,
down.
yeah, definitely. We do. We are. I'm for one am sympathetic to your cause, and if you give us not necessarily your contact information, but a way for us to potentially give you folks some info if when we come across it, it'd be much obliged.
He says we have. He kind of looks side to side. We actually have a private line just for that. He says he looks at you, and in this world of ocular, with your ocular lens, you can initiate a handshake, but it's up to the wearer of the opposite ocular lens to accept it. So you see a handshake that he initiates with your ocular lens, and you see an incoming symbol like scroll across your ocular lens in augmented reality. You have to accept the handshake because that's just security. That's the way they're built.
Mhm. As I accept it, can I like shoot the whatever the equivalent to the phone number would be to my companions?
Of course, yeah, you sure can. Yep. Once you have the line that he sends you, you can disperse it to your just the same way he did to you. You can initiate a three-way handshake and send it to the rest of your team. Yep.
Yep. Once I get it, I'll send it to both of them, even though
Do
Gene
I
is not here at the moment.
can I shake his hand physically, or is it just the augmented reality kind of handshake?
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant to say kind of like a data packet in the internet. How you know like HTTP, you know, reaches out for a handshake with the opposite end. I was just kind of explaining the
Mm,
mechan the
I see
yeah, I
what
was
you
just
mean.
explaining kind of the how it works, like digitally. I guess whatever. I'm not big on computers. I know a little bit, but
Gotcha,
right.
gotcha.
But you can definitely reach your hand out for a handshake if you want to see how it goes.
I do reach my hand out for a handshake,
He looks up at you and he gives you a firm handshake too, and
and as she's shaking my hand, can I ask, or can I say, I assume you're the head honcho around
he
here?
says yes. The name's Braun.
Braun, I'm Lazarus, and I think in the future we'll have some good information for you.
He says, I look forward to it. And awesome. Yep. Well done. So you've just garnered your first DNA trace to swap whenever you need to.
Yeah, that's what I was going for.
I was gonna give it to you too. I want to see what you do. I want to see what you do with that. All right. So what would you guys like to do next? They kind of look at you and say, "So is there anything else?" He says we do take. He says we do. He says we do take crypto as well. He's still trying to push that crypto thing.
I'm personally a little lax at the moment.
I try to be smooth with it, and I just, as I release our handshake, I just say, I'm sure you're lacking in crypto, but the information you'll get from us is worth more than any crypto we could give you.
He says, or did you say that any information you can give him is as good as crypto?
Yeah.
Oh, he says,
Yeah.
you got a good point there. He says, you know what? The line's open. Reach out to it, and somebody will reach back out to you. May not be right away, but it'll be eventually.
You'll be hearing from us, and I look at Red, and I try to see if he's ready to walk away. Are you ready to walk away, Red? Okay.
Yeah, I'll turn around.
You're like nudging him, like,
yeah, we knowingly know that each other's ready to walk away, so we go back up into blue sky to find Gene.
All right, so Gene actually packed up his tablet. It's like tablets, I imagine them being so much thinner than they are now, and kind of got this clear interface where it's, like just light as a feather, maybe even collapsible and bendable and foldable. That'd be pretty cool too. So he folds it up and puts it in his. I picture Bob or Gene, like are you like an old school guy, Gene? Like, would you be wearing like more of a classic style of dress? Like would you like have a side satchel type guy?
I will be wearing a suit.
You'll be okay.
And I will hold my tablet up and put it in my inner pocket.
I'm
going to be looking very, very sharp. I'll be dressed in black, and I will be looking old school.
Nice, I like it. So you guys,
late 21st century.
I like it. Nice. There's actually a few characters or a few NPCs in the book that are like that. Oh, yeah. Speaking of which, in the Arco Prime book, which anybody who's listens to this video, in the book Welcome to Arco Prime, Nox here is actually like an old school 21st century, pre-Prosperon back, she's like she's real big on that. That's why she named the club Blue Sky, because obviously the blue skies of Earth that she remembers in her days in school where she learned about Earth, it's now fallen, and there's nothing alive there anymore, but she that's why she named this club Blue Sky, actually. So that's just a small tidbit. So she probably would have actually gotten along with you, like the way your conversation went with her couldn't have worked better, because she already, just your appeal and the suit that you had, she would have admired that. So I'll say yeah, definitely. I just thought about that, about the lore, and that makes sense why that conversation would have went so well. So as you guys come back to Club Blue Sky, you're exiting the alleyway, and then coming up to the door, you see Neil coming out and meets you halfway out, and we'll fade the music, and you guys can fade the music if you like. And now you guys are outside. You can kind of faintly hear the music coming from inside the Club Blue Sky, but now you guys are free to roam the city, go home. What is it you guys would like to do?
All right. I'll inform Gene here of sort of what we just did, and like we've made some inroads to if we ever have any corporate data we want to leak, there we have a place to do it from now.
Oh, I didn't think that's awesome. That's great. Oh wow, that's awesome. Good play. Good play.
Wonderful. Well, let us infiltrate one of the other corporations and leak their data.
That too, but if we ever get dirt on someone on the next rung up,
We would never betray our superiors. We're very loyal here. You must know that. I waggle my finger at him.
okay.
After all, you never know who's listening.
Oh, right. There's like the invisible people, right? That listen around here.
Yeah. Yes. We're very loyal. That's what makes us good
Optical
employees.
camouflage. Indeed. Yeah. I'm happy you guys got me this new gig up here. And do we have anything else planned for the night, or we just hanging out? We want to. I think there's a food place across the street, a Food for Less, right? And
Well, I did want to check out that other, shall we say, a rather red establishment.
I think I could get us up into there.
After all, it would be a shame to let such a pristine 2180 piece, and I wave my hand over my suit, go to waste.
uh,
Well, Gene, if you're okay with that, I think we should make our way there.
Okay, where you?
I'll follow you guys.
Okay, where you guys heading to?
I thought are you referring to the Swantail?
I am, yes. The upper class cafe.
Okay, yeah, you guys can totally go. This is where you would find, like, your superiors would be at this club. And being the night is still young, you've been here for a few hours. Yes, you can definitely go to the Swantail. Yes, you can. You guys are corpos. It's not. It's might take a little bit to get in, but yeah, let's do it. You guys can have a good night at the Swantail. How are you guys getting there? Does anybody have a vehicle, or do you guys got metro passes? Did you guys buy or did you guys do the vehicle section, character creation at all, or did nobody buy a vehicle?
I did not have enough money to get vehicles. I looked at them, and I'm saving up for one.
Okay.
I did spend the 100 to get the Metro Pass.
Okay, yep. So you do have the Metro Pass, which does go to the Silver Corridor as well. As long as you have the permits to go to the Silver Corridor, you can go, and you guys are permitted since you do work with Centacorp. So you guys, if you guys, the Metro Pass is only $100. It's only 100 crypto. So if you guys want to erase that from your sheets now and pick that up, then you guys have a way to the Silver Corridor. I should have mentioned that to you guys before.
Okay, I will update my sheet.
Where would be the best way to list that we have the Metro Pass just under
Yep,
vehicles?
just under vehicles. Yep. And you guys can always save for later. Yep.
Yeah, I look at. I probably have a car catalog somewhere on my person, or maybe maybe a card is like the on my own work tablet. I have a card set as the background image, the home screen.
Nice. I'm interested to see how the Silver Corridor goes. This is cool.
But yeah, I'll follow their lead, and I'll look tough while doing it.
All right. Well, you're. I think out of all of them, I won't give all your stats away or anything, but you're definitely one of the stronger physically, or more physically adept at causing some serious damage.
Yeah, I do not. I know my place. I know I won't fit in there as like a client. I guess I'm going as like these guys' bodyguard.
Right. You're just like leaving your mouth zipped.
I'm going to hand him a pair of classic shades, the black ones.
All right. So he's like, here, take these, and you're like, okay.
Yeah, I just
I'm not going to
have.
say a word. I'm just going to hand it out to him. Make him look all a bodyguardy.
Yeah, I'm wearing a camo jacket and a camo hat, and I put on a pair of sunglasses, and I'm looking tough behind them.
Nice. All right. So
Yeah.
you guys take the metro, and the way that the metro works is it's pretty much, you see how the highway kind of runs alongside the blue or Club Blue Sky right here, how it's kind of mounted onto this road here.
Hmm.
Oh,
The metro kind of works the same way. Like it kind of weaves around the upper echelons, and when it has to go higher, it'll angle itself and then climb to the upper. But it's done in a very particular way. It's not just, it's not like all scattered, and it's very what's the word for it? It's proper. It looks really good. It looks like the place is built on a perfect grid. Um, but especially when you get on the when you get this high above ground level zero, it's meant to be the crowning jewel, basically. So you guys get on the metro. You guys take it up to the silver corridor. You can look out the window. You see the glorious lights outstretched in the city. You guys land at the.
Can we?
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, while we're on the metro looking out the window, can we like use cognition to like try and pinpoint any places of interest or anything like that?
Of course, yeah. Yeah, you wouldn't even need to do that. You've been in the city long enough. As I can, let me name some stuff off here for you. So, yeah, and I don't have a lot of places written out for it. I do have random tables, which I can roll on random tables for you guys for different locations. But as far as Welcome to Arco Prime, you can see the Swantail from miles away. It has like this huge light show type thing. You can also see, of course, you just left Club Blue Sky. As you're up there, you can even point out the Dreamscape Lounge. You kind of point there. I'm sure you guys may have visited the Dreamscape Lounge at some point. A place you can go to live out your biggest fantasy. Of course, you can read through Arco Prime, the book, if you want to learn more about that. And then one of the biggest locations that you see that sticks out like a sore thumb, and all of you guys know this place, is the Vistro Amphitheater. Is a thing of wonder. Like I think it's every hour or something like that, they put on this huge light show with amazing colors just to draw on the crowds. That's where some of the major the one of the biggest sports in Arco Prime or on Prosperon period is a game called T-Grav Ball, and there's a professional T-Grav Ball team here called the Nautilus. The Nautilusk, which is a type of fish that's actually in the bestiary, but that's also the name of this professional team. So you guys can definitely see the Vistro Amphitheater in all its glory as you guys as you guys are climbing to the upper echelons of the Silver Corridor. So yeah, definitely you can. No need to roll that. You can see all these things.
We
yeah.
I look to just real quick. I look to Gene and I ask him if he's ever partaken in the Dreamscape Lounge.
I look back at you and I say, "What, you think we're close enough to be sharing dreams?" And I wink at you.
I have no response.
Oh man, you guys' role play is great, man. I feel like you guys have played a lot of games together. Thank you guys for being great players, man. It's making me not as nervous, I appreciate that, guys. I really do.
It's been a blast so far.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so you guys arrived to we'll call it the A1 station. I don't know a name for the station, but it's A1. You're in a certain district of the city, which is not too far from the the Swantail. Sorry, I'm getting a little tired. I'm still good though, which is not too far from the Swantail. You guys know that like up this far, there's all kinds of cool crisscrossing walkways and parks that are suspended by these huge braces. Just you're just not sure how the technology works for the engineering, but you're like, this is magic or something. But unless you have enough enough technical ability and something in engineering, you might be able to figure it out. But yeah, it's really cool how the braces of the city kind of hold everything up together, and it's kind of attached to certain strong buildings. And so you guys take the interwoven pathways until you get to the beautiful Swantail Club, and you guys have arrived. And there is there is a very small vine. It's minute. There's only like 3 or 4 people, so you guys did well on that one. And what would you guys like to do when you arrive? You guys hopping in line?
I will turn to Laz and I will give him a knowing look, giving him my best winsome smile and say, I believe it's your turn to take the lead.
Jade, is there a bodyguard or like a
Yeah, there's always somebody, multiple bouncers checking people in. Yeah, you guys do know that this is a pay to play place. It even has an indoor casino. It's you may be able to smooth talk a little bit, but you're paying to get in here.
So there's multiple bouncers at the door.
Yes.
Okay. Trying to think of how I want to do this. Shoot, I had so I just walk straight past the line, and no, that won't work either. Shoot.
You got this.
Hold on, give me a minute.
Take your time. Take your time. I'm nervous too, bud. Yeah, my first game with playing with someone different besides my wife and my friend Daniel.
Yeah. Have I been to the Swantail before?
Oh yeah, you guys would have been here. Like I would say that your corporate handler, who you'll get to know in one of these coming up scenes soon, has had his underlings, I guess we would call you guys, his underlings, have attended the Swantail at some point. Yes, but it's not someplace you regularly visit because you're dropping some crypto to get in there. So you're not rich corpos yet. You guys are better than Dustborn, who work in the substrates of Arco Prime, but you're not on that penthouse level status yet either.
Okay. So I take my corporate jacket back from Ezra and put it on and get it all nice and pressed so the folds aren't as obvious.
Nice.
And I walk confidently past the line and up to the bouncer, and with a straight face just say, he's expecting us.
All right. So he looks up at you. He says, name?
I think you know the name.
He says, yeah, go ahead and give me a roll. Yeah, so this is I'm going to say this is more of an intimidation type thing. It sounds like you're being more domineering instead of persuasive, if that makes any sense. Would you guys say that's correct, or do you guys think we can go a different route with that one?
I think, sorry, maybe my tone was, I think what I was going for was less domineering and more playing to maybe his ignorance.
Okay.
if that would make sense. If he if he wasn't aware uh that the boss was gonna be seeing anybody.
Okay. So
That makes
how about
sense.
this? Go ahead and just give me. Yeah, screw it. Let's go ahead and you know what? You got some good social stuff here. So go ahead and take a die for your D10. And then also go ahead and take a die for social adaptation. I forgot you fit into various groups. Oh, you're not shifted though. Ah, I forgot.
Yeah.
That's only when you're shifted. Corporate access. Maybe you can use that. Screw it. Go for it. Toss in corporate access too. You have official clearance.
Okay, so I
You
roll
know
two-
you know
two D10.
you know who the boss is. So yeah, go ahead and take corporate access too. Beat a 4 and beat a 6 on your D20.
Okay, so I have one D10 and one D20.
One D20 and two D10s.
Okay, got it.
Oh wow, nice crit, man. Is that on your D20? That's on your D20.
Yes, it is.
Oh man, that is the second best crit you can get in the game. The only other thing that's better is if you would have rolled the one on your 10. But yeah, he looks at you. He pulls out the sheet, or he pulls out his tablet type, like it kind of like how Neil's is. He pops it out, unfolds it, and you could tell he looks a little bit rushed and panicked. He says, "Oh yeah, you're on the list." Yeah, he said he parts by the side. He says, "Welcome to the Swantail. You're in." He says, "Yeah."
As I walk past him, I offer my hand just as a quick handshake.
All right, and I'm gonna give you this. Is what I think I'm gonna do for that roll. I'm gonna give you a luck die on this. Do you want to call it, or are you good with my call?
What do you mean?
I was just gonna try a few different ways for certain things.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe it might be cool for the player to call their own luck. Do you want to call it? I just wanted to see how it worked in both ways. I've been doing some silent ones, but I wanted to engage with you guys to see if you actually like calling your own luck dice.
Oh, I guess what I mean by what do you mean is I don't know what you mean by luck die.
Oh, I'll roll a d20 and you call high or low, and then if it's high, something more beneficial will happen towards you as opposed if it's low.
Oh. Okay. All right. You sure? Yeah, I'll go for
All
it. I'll go high.
All right, I'll roll this one out in the open. Oh, it won't let me. Okay, so you rolled a 2. Unfortunately, it wouldn't let me. I have to unhide my rolls. So let me. But yeah, unfortunately, when you reach out to shake his hand, you catch a leather glove.
Sorry.
But you do get a handshake.
Can I turn into a leather glove later?
The next question is it real leather or synthetic?
Yeah.
Can I turn into the leather cow that it was made from? The cow that it was made from? That is a.
Oh, well, you see, this was in fact alligator leather.
Yeah, that way when he takes his glove off and puts it in his pocket, I can hop out and then kind of like sidestep into the Swantail if I need to.
Right, and don't worry, I'm not going to give you luck die on every roll to get a handshake or to not be a glove or something stopping you. But you know, I think it's cool to mix it up a little bit, give you a little bit of adversity. You know.
Oh, can I ask one more thing?
Of course.
How are the bouncers dressed?
Very classy. You look at
like suits.
Yeah, suits, but not like 21st century suits. I can kind of envision in my head. Have you guys ever, man? It just I don't know what a futuristic suit would look like, but it's
Is there exposed skin along the arm?
No, it's long sleeved. This guy happens to be wearing gloves, of course, since the dice roll wasn't in your favor. The only other place would be a sensitive place that he would not want you to touch.
Gotcha. I would not do that. I won't do it. I'm not that kind of guy.
Like in his face area, of course.
Yes, don't touch his face.
Right.
Can I pinch his cheeks? No, I don't want to do that.
You cup his face. What smooth skin you have.
Yeah. I say, thanks for letting us in, sweetheart.
And then as you guys walk through, and you guys are like a couple of bosses, and you just put this bouncer in his place, and he's got his head down. He says everybody's got to be a jokester, as you call him sweetheart when you walk by. But actually, with your D20 roll, what you guys just experienced with that critical success, which I'll tell you outside of game, is your handler is here right now, and he noticed the face of what's your character? I can't always forget your character's name. Not Ezra, but Lazarus. Yes, he noticed Lazarus, and he matched the face up. Like, oh, I did see him with that corporate guy a few weeks back. So you guys are in like Flynn, man. He remembered. He's like, oh yeah, he does know some of the top brass over there. No paying, no nothing. You guys are in. You guys are free to roam.
So Ezra, Lazarus, and Bob will walk into a bar. Mm-hmm. What's the handler's name?
All right, so I will send you your handout for the handler here. All right. And here you go. And you guys are going to get something shared to you. You guys ready?
Yep.
Okay. Yep. So, actually, I'll just put for everyone. Nope, not everyone, because I have other people I'm playing games with. I lied. I'm sorry. It's going to be for Ezra and Lazarus. And there we go. Got you guys.
There we go.
Ooh. Bleak.
So Mr. Dominic Patel is your guys' handler, team handler at Centacorp. And he's not the nicest guy. You guys know this. He's very sly. He's very cocky and arrogant. But he's not. But with that being said, he does it in a very subtle way. He's not super outspoken, super loud. But when he does express his arrogance, he does it in different ways. Demeaning ways, even.
So,
yeah.
What's our history with him? As in, how long have we worked under him? Has it been 5 years? Has it been 3 months? How well do we know him?
I was actually going to ask you guys how long. I was going to let you guys pick out how long you've been with the company to determine what your relationship might be like with Dominic.
I think it'd be fun if, based on my name and character, if I since I'm like an infiltrator, if I could be with, like, if I have the most experience with him or have been with the company the longest, maybe.
Yeah, that would totally make sense. Yeah, that makes sense. So we can say that Lazarus has maybe been with with the company for 3 or 4 years. And what about?
That's a slight problem, because I was thinking that I would have joined the company as an intern at the tender age of whatever the legal workforce laws are here.
I forgot that you were brought in for your sonometry abilities, right? You were orphaned, right, and brought into the ranks of Centacorp, right?
Sure, orphaned, quotation marks.
right.
Yes, we'll tell them that I was orphaned. Yeah.
Now, would it be safe to say that you were a victim of a sonometric bleed, a sonometry bleed? Like, would that be a good background for you? Like, that's, something happened with your family after your syntax bleed, and, maybe you didn't kill them, but maybe it made it to where the corporation won some type of custody battle for you because of that sonometric bleed. Which they're bad, and maybe they use guilt
Well, I didn't actually want an emo backstory. What I was thinking of is that my family wanted to give me the best possible start in life, and so they faked it. They gave me the shall we say, the opportunity for the operation or whatever it is. I go in and then they falsify the records. They get me adopted by the corporation. Maybe they pay a bribe. My family are alive and well.
All right.
But to everybody else, they're all dead and they died in a horrible electric fire. What a shame. What a tragedy.
All right, that sounds good. We can go with that. Yeah. So we'll say that you would, since you do have sonometry though, you could totally, because they have sonometry academies actually, and so we'll totally say you went through the through Sonometry Academy for Centacorp, and you've been with the company, not an actual working member of society, but you were, like going through college basically through their academies. So totally, let's do it. So
I was thinking my guys are somewhere between the age of 28 and maybe 32, and so he's been with the company for a while. But that doesn't necessarily mean he's always been in the same department. He may have recently transferred to this guy. Maybe he got a promotion 6 months ago.
Gotcha. Okay, sounds good.
Or just in a different department.
Right. So somehow, what about you, Red? How long do you think your character would have been with the company? I know you're an outsider. You came from you're even below the substrates, the Dustborn. Like you were born where like wildlife lives, and wildlife on Prosperon is pretty gnarly. Like it's not like lions and tigers. It's like you've seen the bestiary, so
Wow.
it's
Yes, exactly. I grew up in a clan of people who hunted these creatures, and I was born to two parents who hunted them, and I've been in like that. I think the word used was nomad group for a while, and I think this specific company had like bought, because we sold the carcasses of our hunted prey
skins and carcasses
to the corporation,
right, for food. Yep. These corpos have crazy wild taste for wild game hunted outside of these walls. They're weird.
I was actually hoping that maybe I could have recruited Ezra.
Yeah.
And that's part of what got me my promotion.
That would be cool.
That way I'm not exactly his handler, but I'm kind of teaching him the ropes, keeping an eye on him, that kind of thing.
I like it. Let's go with that. Let's go with that. We got our backstories. Cool. Everybody's families are alive and well, right?
Yep. I had a fight when I decided I wanted to go be a corporate shill, as they call me. So not the best relationship there, but they had a working relationship with this corporation, like the clan, I guess, did. Right. And so it's not like totally. There's probably other people in the corp somewhere that are also originally from the clan that sort of maybe look out for me a little.
Okay, that sounds good. Lazarus, you were gonna say something?
Oh, I was gonna say, I think if I can say it or come up with a little bit of backstory, and Gene is okay with it, I was thinking it could be the way that he and I could have connected was like I thought I was the kind of the new hotshot who knew the most about like the corporate run-ins and stuff, and then he kind of, in my ignorance, enlightens me into his experience with the company that far outweighs mine.
I like it. That's a cool dynamic. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm cool with that. But as all good bosses or senpai, I want to see you take the lead in certain areas. Give your skills a chance to shine.
I like that. He actually, it's like you're okay with letting somebody take the spotlight because they're better at something than you may be. You're not, it's not a bad quality for a senpai even.
Well, I mean, we're gonna set the record straight with how civilization should run, and that means we're not going to be tyrants. right?
Wink, wink.
I'm not here to thank. I'm here to be a hired muscle.
And that's why you wear the shades indoors.
Yep. And at night, because it's like it's late. It's early evening, right?
All right, so you guys are in like Flynn, as they say. I don't have a shot or a scene for this particular place, but I'll have to make one now. So next game we'll have one.
I'll get it.
Awesome. Yep.
I'll just imagine the Club Blue Sky, but red. and
And Marcia.
maybe a couple swans flying around.
Right. like what do they call that? What is that called when you like emulate? Not emulate. That's the wrong word. Projection type. Hologram. Thank you.
Yeah, hologram.
That's cool. And smart lighting is a thing in this game. Those can actually be hacked.
Some hologram.
Yeah, that's actually a thing in this game.
Swan.
So, yep, there is smart lighting like that, and a lot of high-end places use them.
Yep.
So, you know, if you have the right abilities, you can manipulate those, make holograms that walk down hallways, all kinds of cool stuff. If you're a hacker.
Every now and then, when one of them flies too close, Ezra gets a little jumpy.
Reaches for a gun that he knows isn't actually there.
Yeah.
But you guys are in a very beautiful place.
When we walk in, is it obvious at all where Dominic Patel is residing? Does he kind of have like a posse or an atmosphere of presence, I guess?
You guys know that, you know, seats are not something that are like always dedicated for somebody that's higher up, because he's higher up, but he's not the highest. So he's not like, you know, when he gets there, he doesn't have like a private room already reserved VIP for him, but he does just get let through, and he's the kind of guy that's just like, put it on my tab, and they let him through, you know. But he's not the kind of guy that's like VIP room, you know, $1,000 bottle of champagne. You know, he's not quite that high up. He's your handler, and he's above you, but he's not top brass. You know, you guys know that you're the CEO of Centacorp. Is her name is Danica, and that's actually in my wife's game. Danica had Dominic's old job, and actually attempted to kill my wife's character, which she barely survived. So Danica's not nice either.
Awesome.
Yeah.
None of them
Basically, we're like the highest level of normal employee, and he's the lowest level of manager.
Yes, exactly. Nice. That's a good way to
say
say it, buddy. But so yeah, answer your question.
Then if
you don't notice him,
we don't know, so we don't know.
Yeah, but you can make an awareness check, and if you're
Yeah, I guess if I'm taking the lead, then I'll try and do an awareness check just to start to see if I can spot him.
Okay.
Before needing to ask around or anything.
All right, so go ahead. Let me go to your character sheet here, Lazarus. Go ahead and give me a cognition and awareness roll. That's a pretty good one for you. Ooh.
Do we know what this guy's favorite drink is?
I'm sorry. Say that one more time.
Do we know what this guy's favorite drink is?
Ooh, let's see. Yes, you do. Well done. Good roll. Yeah, you do. You actually know his favorite drink. It's called a Flynn Dropper.
Okay, well, I'm going to find one of the floating waitresses, assuming that there are floating waitresses in this establishment.
Right.
And I'm going to ask for a Flynn Dropper.
All right. So she says, sure, I can get that for you. Drinks here are a little pricey, so she instantly holds out a tab, and of course, you can run your wristband over it to pay the price. But it's the kind of place where there's really no prices on the menu. So when you run it, it's just gonna be a luck die on what you're paying.
Well, I
Before
could put it
before
on
he
the
does,
boss's tab.
that's what I was
Oh,
thinking. Before he does that, can we say, do you know who this is for? Like, don't you know who this is for?
yeah. Go ahead and give me a influence roll. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, go for it. So go ahead and give me your influence and social rolls. Or do you
Okay.
want just one person doing it so one person doesn't make a mistake doing it?
You go ahead, Lazarus. You're
Are you
taking
sure?
the lead here.
I have only a 6 in influence and a 4 in social. Do you have better than that?
Oh, really? I thought.
I mean, my sister's 4
Oh,
too, so
Okay.
Well, I mean, we could both do it. I will schmooze her and make those deep, deep, welling, dark eyes, and just look at
Yeah.
her and make her feel special. Well, you
Yeah,
sweet
the
oh.
way
Do you
that I would
guys
say
want
that is
to?
not necessarily in an intimidating kind of way, but kind of a trying to catch her off guard,
Okay.
kind of sweetheart kind of way, I
Okay.
guess. So can I rephrase it to, I think you know who this might be for, sweetheart.
Oh, okay. I want to give you guys something special here. Especially, I was listening to Neil over here trying to kind of smooth her together. I want to give you guys a bonus because you're kind of working together, and I want to reward you guys for that. So, body language does say a lot, and I want that to be utilized in the game somewhat to kind of give you bonuses. So, go ahead and take the roll at a -1 hazard level. So, you're gonna get a +2 to your a +2 to your attribute and a +1 to your skill.
Do you want both of us to roll, or just Lazarus?
You guys can both roll if you want, but if one of you fails, that's still gonna be a negative effect on the situation. Though I'll say it'll be a kind of a balance out, maybe a partial success if one of you fails. Um, I don't.
Maybe Gene, if you're trying to take me under your wing, maybe you let me just succeed or fail either way. I guess I don't
Yeah,
know.
I don't have the.
That sounds good.
Actually, let's talk about that for a minute
Yeah.
from a mechanic standpoint. I don't have a rule on that yet. How, in your guys' opinions, this is a playtest. What do you think would be fair for that? Like if everybody rolls for something and say 2 people fail but one person succeeds, she'll kind of look at both of you like what would you think would be fair in that kind of situation?
Well, I think in this particular case, we're trying to achieve 2 different things.
Okay.
I am trying to, I don't want to use this words, but I'm going to use it anyway. I'm basically trying to seduce
Okay.
her, whereas Lazarus is doing the deception to kind of put it on the boss's tab without her really paying attention. So
Right.
I'm kind of the bait, the lure, and he's performing a sleight of hand effectively, social sleight
Right.
of
Let's
hand.
do this then. Okay. Neil, go ahead and give me a roll, and then if you succeed in that, I'll give you a -2 to your hazard level to do the sleight of hand or the social sleight of hand. So that'll be
Okay.
Okay. I'm Gene or Bob. So are you mixing up names and calling me Neil, or
Oh,
is there
Gene,
another Neil in
Gene.
the
I'm
group that I'm
sorry.
unaware
No,
of?
Gene.
No, I'm just double checking.
I'm sorry.
My guy has aliases. Maybe his real name is actually
Right.
Neil.
He's like,
Maybe that's
he's
what his
like,
parents have called
he's
him.
like, I didn't even know it was
Who knows what
Neil.
his real name is? Is the
Yeah.
real one Neil? Is it a
I'm
real
sorry
Neil?
about that, Gene.
No,
Okay.
I'm adding it to the sheet. Now his birth name is now Neil.
Nice.
with a question mark after it.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
birth name is Neil. Corporate name is Bob, and then his alias is now Gene. Neil Bob Gene.
So now I can literally call you Neil and be okay with it.
Yes.
Okay.
There we go. Problem solved. So you
Now
want me
we
to
have
roll
tiers
a
of names.
A D10 and a D20, right?
Let me see your sheet real quick. You might get something extra there for Gene. I almost said Neil again. So you got influence, you got persuasion, and you've got social. So I'm going to give you the persuasion too. So you're going to get 2d10 and 1d20.
Okay, let's see how this goes.
Oh, nice! A crit. That's a semi-crit. So that's good. You didn't get your d20 roll, and you didn't get your other d10 roll, but you did get a semi-crit. So that's really good. That's awesome. Okay, so you effectively have her attention in a particular type of manner. I won't go into more detail than that, but you definitely garner this young lady's attention, and then she.
In that case, I will use the classic line and say, "When do you get off work? And would you like to have a drink?"
She says she kind of, puts her head down a little bit and kind of in a shy kind of way, and she says, "I'll be off at 8." She says.
I smile and I give her my alternate number, which I only give out for working in this kind of manner.
Right. Fair enough. All right, and then.
And you go by the name of. Do you have another name for this kind of
I do.
shenanigans?
I'm just gonna wait for the DM to call me another name.
Oh. She says, so you.
And what do you do next, Chad?
I will say this. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, or maybe I'll just use the name Jonas and just alternate through them. I'll just keep cycling through them.
I will ask you this, though, Neil. Since you're an old school kind of guy, would you be so old school that you would actually carry cards with you, like business cards?
Yeah, I probably would.
I can picture that. I really can. Do you slide her one of your fancy embroidered business cards?
Oh, no. What I will do is I will take her hand in both of my hands and press my card into the palm of her hand and close her fingers around it while looking deep into her eye and say, "I'm looking forward to getting to know you."
All right. Okay. Well, you definitely passed your role. So like I said, she's into you, buddy. But
hey, Miss Foxy Noxy had her chance, and she just wasn't interested. Right? So now I'm going up the ladder.
And then, of course, Mr. Lazarus, since you see this young lady kind of, like putty in his hands as she's taking this card, and he's grasping her and looking her deep in his eyes, and then you kind of miss. You try to get her attention, but go ahead and make your roll anyways, and it's going to be at a -2, So, and you succeed on both dice. Perfect. So not only does he swoon her and you get a negative difficulty, but she looks over at you and she's at your whim. So what are you telling her again?
I'm just telling her that or rhetorically saying, I think you know who this is for, don't you? She's like, "Oh, of course. There's only a few people that even order that drink here. Flint Dropper is more of a, no offense, but a lower class drink, But I know who it's for. I've seen you with him before, and I'll take care of it," she says. "I'll put it on his tab. He'll never know." And then do you want me to, or she asks you, do you want me to say, or do you want me to bring the drink back to you? Or do you want me to bring it to him? She says.
I smile and I say, "Why don't you put it in our hands and we can surprise him? I'm sure you know what it is to give your boss a surprise round."
She says, Of course. What is your name?" She says. She says you have quite the accent. She says, "What is your name?"
I smile and I say, "For you, Jonas."
Well, 8 o'clock it is, Jonas, she says. I'll see you then. And then she walks off with her tray. But, after a few minutes, she comes back with a Flynn dropper and hands it to you. And she says, here you go.
Can
I
actually-
smile. Sorry, you go ahead.
I was going to
Lazarus.
say, could I use this opportunity to reach for the drink and also slightly brush her hand as I take it from her?
Yeah, I'll go for it. Sure, yeah, let's do it.
Not in a seductive sort of way, but
Right,
just
yes, yeah. With the connection you made with her right now, yeah, she wouldn't even, she's not even minding you. She's still looking at Jonas directly in his eyes. But
Yeah, and this is the part where from the next point of the game forwards, she gets murdered horribly without my character knowing, and then Lazarus just pranks me the entire game.
Yeah. At random times during the rest of the game, I'm just going to turn into her and say, "Oh, Jonas."
Exactly.
Yeah, this is not for any you took that skill not for any mechanical benefit, but you just so you could have mess with the rest of the players.
Yeah, exactly.
But yet now you guys have the Flynn dropper in tow. What would you guys like to do next?
I, as I take the drink from her, I say, "Sweetheart, we just got in here, and of course you guys are busy as always. Would you mind pointing out Mr. Patel for us?"
She says, "Oh, of course, dear. He's right over there." And she points to the back. He's in the back. He's actually not at a booth. He's actually at a table. And he's alone tonight. He doesn't have any company. He's actually eating a fine steak dinner. You can now that she's pointed him out, you can kind of see him clearly. He's not too far from you, actually. But he has not noticed you. He's been kind of have his head down. He's kind of eating, and he's very proper and that kind of guy.
I refrain from commenting on how he's a sad, lonely little man, and he's a jerk, and that's why he's eating alone.
Right.
And I
You don't know
comment
how to
on
treat a lady, right?
I comment on how he eats his steak a little too carnivorously.
Right.
What are you talking? That's how you do it. He's not even using his hands. He's plenty fancy.
I just want to make a remark that he eats the way that he eats in a similar manner to how he runs things at the office.
She chuckles at that, actually. She says, "That bad, huh?"
Let's just say he's a wolf in sheep's clothing.
I believe it. A lot of these top guys are. She's like, I can't stand half of them, but you guys are gentlemen. You guys are always welcome.
I smile and say, he wishes he was a wolf. Not that I would ever speak badly of my superiors, of course, but he's more like a jackal snapping at the scraps. But keep that between us. I smile at
She
her.
says, "You got it." Yeah, you guys.
Well, then I thank her, and I guess I take the lead again with the drink and head over towards Dominic.
All right. So are all of you guys going there, or just you?
I will go with him. And at the same time, in the back of my mind, I don't voice this loud. I catalogue her features and think to myself, I really need to get their names.
Are you going to ask her for her name?
Not now, when she gets off at 8.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. So you guys are standing. You got your bodyguard. He's kind of standing in front.
Yep.
And then you got, oh, he knows you're not going to be a bodyguard when you get to him, though, because he already knows you. But you know, you can still.
I mean, he's a hire, and I mean, he's doing what he's been hired for.
Yeah, that's
So
true. Yeah,
you
I
know,
suppose he would know that he's more of the muscle to begin with when it comes to certain
yeah.
things you have to do. So yeah, so your security's leading the way, and you guys are strolling through the club like a couple of bosses. And as you approach, he just gets done with the steak, and he kind of takes a napkin and dabs his lips off, and he removes the napkin from his from his lap, and he lays it on top and folds it real neatly, and then pushes his finished plate to the front, and then he leans back, and he crisscrosses his interlaces his fingers, and he says, "Ah, I see you managed to eke your way in."
Yes, sir. We managed to get the line short tonight.
He says, I've got something lined up tomorrow that I will need to speak with you first thing in the morning about. This is coming from the top, and I'm gonna really need you guys on this one. So please don't let me down.
Sounds good, boss man.
I look him direct in the eye, and I say, "Sir, when have we ever let you down?"
You have not. That's a good thing, he says. And he says, "What you got?" And what he says, looks like a Flynn dropper. Interesting choice of drink.
And I say, it's not for me, but it sounds like you've got a little bit too much on your plate tonight. So why don't you drink up?
He says, he reaches forward, he takes the drink, and he places it down, and he says, "Well, at least somebody sees my potential. Somebody." He says, "I rather deserve this drink tonight. It's a celebratory night," he says, and
I reach forward and I very lightly slap his hand, and I say, sir, it could have been poisoned." And then I look at him and I laugh and I say, "You know us, we'd never do that to you. Just remember, be careful where you get your drinks from."
Look to camera, winks, the
Yeah.
PSA thing appealing by the
Breaks
screen
fourth
like,
wall.
he actually
if you think you've been drugged, please call this number.
he actually
Yeah.
gives you
Remember,
you a
kids.
very sour look, and he places his hand on the bottom rim of the glass, and he pushes it towards you, and says, "I'll pass. I'm not entertained by your what's your I always forget your Neil. No, not Neil. I'm always forgetting your character's name, man.
Gene.
Gene. He says,
He has a lot of them.
he says, "I'm not entertained by your I don't. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I'm getting tired. I'm sorry, guys." He says, "I'm not entertained by you tonight. You and your comedic, you know." I'm sorry, guys. You gotta forgive me, but I think you got.
Antics, I think, is probably the word you're looking
Well,
for.
I'm sorry. What was that?
Antics is probably
Yes,
the word you're
thank
looking
you.
for.
That is yes, antics. Thank you. He says, yeah, it is antics. Yeah, and he pushes the.
And I give him a slight sour look and say, "Oh, come now, sir. You know that there's all kinds of technology where people are always taking on shapes. I'm just keeping you safe. It's my job. I'm always looking out for you. A bit of humor to lighten the mood. Sit back, kick back, relax. You're perfectly safe with us. We've got your back.
You kind of.
After all, the higher you rise, the higher we go. And we're in this together."
And you see as you're talking to him, you see his chest kind of puffing out a bit, like his ego's inflating a bit, and and he kind of he's really thinking that he's really the man right now, and he decides to take that drink instead, and then he changes his mind and he takes a drink. But yeah, so what would you guys like to do now?
I think I offer the information to him that, but I say in a very casually and condescending kind of way. There was another rally this evening just outside of Club Blue Sky. The brigade again.
He says, "Yes, I've heard. Yeah, it's the tension has been growing rather. The tension has been growing between the Vanguard and the corporations. And trust me, we're not. We don't want this to spill over into the streets, of course, but you know, it could be another war."
I said, does that have to do with anything you have for us tomorrow?
No, this is something completely different. I have all the information. This is not directly from me. This is coming down upwards of Danica's level, and I think you guys might have a little fun on this one. He says, "I'll have the details for you in the morning." He says, I've had enough of the entertainment for the evening." He uncrosses his legs and takes his hands and places them on his thighs, and he stands up and he says, "Thanks for the fun dropper." And then he finishes it, slams it down, and says, "I'll see you boys in the morning." Takes his jacket.
And I look at him and I say, "You need an escort home, sir. After all, the streets can be a little rough."
He says, "No, I'll be fine. I'm a big one." And then he heads out.
And as he's saying that, I'm going to say, "And that's why we're offering you an escort. Looking forward to seeing you in the CEO chair, sir."
He says, "That's the plan." He says, "That's the plan. I'll bring you boys with me." And then you guys can make a roll on that too, obviously, even though you know him like the back of your hand. But you can make a roll on that, which would be an awareness roll, cognition awareness, if you're wanting to. Or actually, no, that would be a cognition awareness roll. If you're kind of wanting to study his face and mannerisms as he says that when he walks out. This is just a visual thing, so it doesn't matter if you fail or pass, but you can make the roll anyways. And just tell me if you pass and tell me what you get.
Good night.
Well, I just assume he's lying. So I don't particularly feel like making a roll. But the others can if they would like.
Yeah, yep.
I passed my cognition, but not my awareness.
Same.
Your cognition is actually the most important. So, yeah. So, definitely you were on the right track. There's definitely some deceit there. Except for you guys really know what's up when he says that. But it is fair to say that Mr. Bob here, you've been here for years. You know, you already know how he acts. So, your assumption is more than likely correct. You just didn't make the roll. But yeah. So he pops his jacket with one kind of like the one finger over the shoulder behind his back and walks out.
Am I able to get DNA from a glass?
Ooh. Let's see. That sounds fun. Unfortunately, I called high, and that was a 2. So unfortunately, no. I'll say that it's a possibility, but in this particular case, there was just not enough left behind. But that doesn't mean you can't get lucky another day.
Okay.
Awesome.
Well, I guess my question would be, what is there to do in this bar, and when do you feel like calling today's session? Because I feel like we're close to a good stopping point.
Yeah, we can totally stop here. So how about this? We'll just end the night. They're like, besides there's always live music at this place, and it's always some not like some type of lo-fi. Think like lo-fi jazz, type electronic style of music. I'm not sure if you've kind of heard that. But they every night there's live music at this place. It's a really nice joint. But as far as things to do besides gambling, there is a gambling hall in the back. I even made up a gambling game for it. Well, at least a name for it. I don't know how it works yet, but I'll have to make mechanics for it one day. But I'm trying to remember the name I made for it. It's in the Arco Prime book. I can't think of it right now, but next time we play, I'll have that in the notes to bring up. But there's an actual game that's invented in this universe that you guys can play in the next game. I might have to build some mechanics for that when you guys.
Our next session is just going to be me in the back playing the whole time.
Right. But yeah, we'll say.
I mean, that would be fun.
All right.
I mean, we could pick up next time, and we could do some more stuff here. Okay. If you're cool with that, because then my guy can go on his date.
Right.
To call it right. That. And then we could hit the casino, and of course, I'm pretty sure that I heard whatever his name was, Jackal. That's how much I care about this
Dominic.
guy.
Dominic, yeah.
Dominic. I'm pretty sure I heard him say that the night was on him since we bought him a drink, and so we should, he needed us rested for tomorrow because we've got a big thing. So it's going to be on his tab.
I will say this, guy. You guys have really made an impression on this young lady. She's head over heels, kind of for Mr.
Yeah, she's not going to question Mr.
Gene. I'll be calling Gene, Bob, Neil, Jonas. Jack, Douglas,
Jonas, Gene, Neil.
You know why I can't remember his name is because when I look at the side of alchemy, I can see Lazarus and Ezra, and then when I look down at it's not there, so I get lost. I'm like, oh, what was his name again? I then have to switch over to the character sheets. By that time, I'm all flustered, and then I forget. So I'm like,
Well, the funny thing is, I was looking to change the name earlier, and it just accidentally hit the dice roll. So it's like, oh my gosh, I'll figure it out after the game.
Okay.
Just change your name. Just change your name to not Neil.
His whole thing.
Not Neil.
Yeah.
Like I said, Neil can be his birth name. So, it's all good.
All good. Yep.
But yeah, so no, I see him as having dark eyes. He's clean shaven. He's got sharp teeth. Not sharp teeth, sharp cheeks that could cut someone if you slapped them. That kind of thing. So very, very suave. Basically, the equivalent of a bard.
Right.
I was not intended to play the equivalent of a bard, but I guess I am.
And you're totally giving inspiration, man. Like I feel like you're kind of like this, like you said, a senpai. Like you're, it's a really cool role that you stepped into there. I'm sorry, my mind is kind of fried, guys. You got to forgive me.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I was suggesting we end now because you're getting tired, and you want to be on your. Yeah. On your top game for this.
Yeah, I've been up since 4 a.m. So
2.5 hours. That's a good amount of time to play.
Yeah, we've been playing since 7:30. So a couple hours here going. Oh yeah, we've been playing. We've had a couple hour session there, which is nice. So I definitely look forward to getting you guys into the mission too, which I think will be fun. But doing this setup or doing this. Set up our first session, everything kind of coming together has been really nice too. So this has been fun, and this is kind of relaxing too. So there's not as much pressure on me. I feel like when the combat comes, I want to give you guys a good combat scene too. So I'll be working on that throughout the next couple weeks until we meet up again. Not this coming Thursday, but the following Thursday.
Yeah,
So I hope you. Yeah.
just or sorry.
No.
I just wanted to. We almost got into it, and we skillfully worked our way around it. But some sort of help rules or like teamwork rules and group rules might be something to start thinking about.
Okay, that is true. Oh, you mean like like
When he was schmoozing and I was sleight of hand.
right to kind of
Yeah.
lower some guards, lower some difficulties. Yeah, that's a good idea. I do like that. I do
Yeah.
kind of have something like that in the book for combined roles, I call it. But I think you're right. I think it needs to be more in depth for particular situations like this. It worked perfect. Like it made sense too. Like I can picture the roles and I can picture the way the narrative played out, and it was like it worked perfect. So yeah, I think you're right. So thank you. That's good feedback. I will. Let me. I want to write that down. Where's my? Oh,
Well, I definitely think it makes it a lot more interesting if you have a set of roles. So if I had failed, maybe you could have increased the difficulty for Lazarus's
right.
check.
Yes, that is
You know, that would make it pretty fun, I
that
think.
thing.
Then it becomes sequential.
Right.
Yeah, that way it's not. Yeah, there's a positive or negative effect of
Right.
how it
Right,
goes.
like when you when
Yeah,
you're going into it as a combined role, there's a chance that one person might knock down that, you know, give you a negative effect as opposed to a positive, as opposed to just going and as opposed to just one person going in blind and having just the base check with no benefit or negative effect. So it's a give and take, and I think that's perfect.
yeah. Like if she was less of a you know, she wasn't as likely to get swooned and she was more creeped out by Jean or something like that, then it would be hard for me to
Right.
do my check.
Right, like sometimes you might come across somebody who's just hardened to the bone, like like some of these like that are just like it's just a much more difficult check to persuade them or something. So it's going to be like a much higher hazard level. You're talking hazard level 2 or 3 in some cases, maybe even more depending. But then I think what would make that cool, because once you start getting to those levels, it starts making it like almost impossible to make it. But I think combined roles should work for those too. So if you work together as a team, you can bring down the walls of that stubborn, stern, hardened individual who's been around the block for many years, and they have the willpower of like, they just have a strong willpower, and so I love yeah, that's a great idea, guys. I think I'm gonna write that in. I like it. Yeah. So thank you guys very much.
Yeah, definitely.
My pleasure. Thank you for inviting us to your roleplay. It's been great fun playtesting it. I'm looking forward to the rest of it.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Yep.
same.
I can't wait, guys. And also, let me know when you get your one shot for the game you had mentioned. I won't talk any more about it because I know this will be on recording. But yeah, the game you had mentioned, I'm totally game. You come up with a day, and I'd be more than happy to make a character for that game.
Well, thank you. Do you want to stop the recording now and we can keep talking?
Of course,
or
yeah.
do you want to put in some kind of something for the
Yeah,
viewers?
let me go. Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, so thank you guys, everybody who is listening to this playtest. This is for a game called Prosperon, a Bio-Cyberpunk RPG, which you can get it over at Drive-Thru RPG. My wonderful friends here have joined me, who are a great group of gentlemen. Yeah, we look forward to playing this game more for you in the coming weeks, maybe even months, depending on our schedules. But all the links and everything will be in down in the description, so you can head over to Draft RPG, pick up your copy, reserve it for you today. And would you guys like to say anything at all, or anything to talk about on your end?
Yes, remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know in the comments what you thought of our first playtest.
Thank you.
And thank you for
Yeah.
joining us.
Awesome.
And remember not to take drinks from strangers.
Yes. Which, Mr. Patel.
Be safe.